everybody. Or I should say good afternoon. Welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch. This is a story-driven adventure game. Highly rated. I'm apparently in control of a view cursor here. Oh, hello. I have a cast.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. I liked it. That is a house, huh? Looks like the neighbor's house. You ever seen Hello Neighbor? That's what it looks like.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Ooh.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
The house swallowed him up. Maybe her brother jumped the fence before. There is no sprint button, but there's a zoom. Zoom! Zoom! Zoom!
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
You lived in that house? Wow, the mailbox is just as crazy as the house.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Final notice. Got a bit of a paunch there.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, I knocked the letters around. It's kind of fun. Protected by video surveillance. Trespassers. Could I just jump to my death? Could I just yeet? What will the game do if I just yeet?
In her will, my mother left me a
I
key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Probably a room in the house.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Got a path down here. Ooh, zoom. That's right, there is no sprint. Zoom, that's also a zoom button. Okay. Multiple zooms. Can I... We must zoom more. Enlarge.
The
CSI.
Is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Mysterious house.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Well, woods normally don't talk, Missy. These aren't the best graphics. In fact, hold on. Is there a way that I can turn this up? Everything's set to ultra except for draw distance. Also, I like this menu screen. It shows what she looks like and kind of her whole family tree. If this is optimal graphics, though, I don't know. It's still a nice looking game, but I would not call this cutting-edge graphics technology. But if it tells a good story and it's fun to play, I guess that's what really matters. Somebody's old truck. My kitty is talking to me. Yes, sir, what do you need? You want pets? You want tensions? You want food? I'll get you food in a little bit, buddy, okay? Jeez, how many... It's like every button that's not moving is
The house
zoom.
was exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's a really weird house.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
This isn't a horror
Now,
game, right?
as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I'm guessing my key is for the front door. Oh, there's a handy capable ramp.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Really? I have to find another way in the house? The house that I own, that I inherited? I have to find a way to break into my own house? What shenaniganery is that? You see, the thing is, though, is that that's clearly just a texture, a flat image put behind the mirror there. That's not actually... So, again, not the most graphically advanced game. Crawling through the garage.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I heard of people doing that. Having a tennis ball hanging off a string so that they knew exactly how far they needed to pull in. Not too far that they hit the front of the car, and not too far back that the door closes on it.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
How do I turn the power back on? Is there no power to the house?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
See, this part actually does kind of look like a house. But wow, did they have a lot of tuna! Is that upside down pineapple pie? That's pretty cool. I wonder if this is a real recipe. Anyone who's watching this, take down this recipe. See if you can make this apple pie, upside down apple pie. I don't think it actually says upside down.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh, what?
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Oh. Okay. So there's a lot in exploring. Edith, Eddie, Lewis, and Dawn. Grandma, Mom, I guess I'm Edith, and Lewis. Poor guy went missing. He was the older brother, I see, because he went missing when she was 7. Or 11. I think she said 11. He was 22 years old. Oh, he has a soul patch. He was actually a lot older than he looks. He still looks like a little kid, though.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Salmon, okay. Yeah, they had a lot of salmon. Salmon's good for you.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Why were you in a wheelchair, Missy? Not a wheelchair, but very similar. This place is a mess. What is with... Oh, that's part of the garage. Why is there a window into the garage? Oh, what do we have here?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, that's Grandma Edie's, chair. Great-Grandma Edie. But wait, I'm Edith. Or is Great-Grandma Edie Edith, and I'm not Edith? I'm confused.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's a weirdly specific and creepy example, but I get what you mean.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
After it sank? Excuse me? After it sank. Okay. Yeah, there's just like a certain... This house, there's just something about it that's kind of extra. Like, look at all these books. Look at all these books. And then in here is just like all of this clutter. So many books. So many books. So many books. And then so many cans of tuna. Where's the front door? Can I unlock it from the inside? What do we have here? Barbara. Oh, it's a music box.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
And you notice that's got Bigfoot in the background? Also, that music's kind of creepy. It's a nice looking table. That's actually a pretty cool table. Can I turn the TV on? How long did we leave this house? 6 years? She's 17 now. I think she said she left the house at 11. I really don't want to go into the basement. Yeah, this right here does seem pretty extra. Tasting Thailand, weird recipes, Cross Creek Cookery, Cosmic. These are all cooking books. Witch's Kitchen, The Smoke in the Forest, A Viking's Belly, The Nordic. These are all cookbooks. These are all cookbooks. Can I unlock the house from the inside?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh, Lucas and Milton are two different people. Lucas is the older brother. Milton was the younger brother, and he went missing. Azul. Oh, Grandma Edie had one of them special chairs. So many books.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Who's this guy? He looks like someone I should know. Oh. Peepholes. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Did they just keep the bedrooms for everyone? So wait a second. These are peepholes. Was that a peephole downstairs? Oh. Looks like a bit of the banister might have broken here. Let's go back downstairs and see if we can see into that peephole. The room with all the cookbooks. You know, outside wasn't very impressive to look at, but the house itself, there's just something really cozy about it.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Buried somewhere in the library? Okay. There's so many books. Are these really all cookbooks? The Spirit Among Us. Oh, hello. 2 copies of The Spirit Among Us. East of the Sun, West of the Moon, Swedish Folktales, Norse Myths, Pastorala. Swedish Folktales. It seems like certain parts of the house, they have multiple copies of the same book. Pacific Coast Seafood, From Cove to Stove. Okay, no, never mind. We're back in the cookbook section. Another room. Gregory. Oh, he only lived for 1 year.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Why is Gregory's room... I'm confused. I don't want to infer anything from this. Was Gregory aborted? Was he a miscarriage? I don't know what to make of that. Calvin and Sam.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Yes. That's creepy. And that's why there's a rope on that side. Yeah. Sam and Calvin. That is not normal.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
This room is open.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Is that what the key is for?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Okay.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay. I want to take a peek at all the other rooms before we take a deep dive. Molly. Did we look at Molly? We did look at Molly. Okay. There was a couple other rooms though, right? Barbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay. 1944 to 1960. She was only 16. A lot of these people are dying young.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Alright, so the only thing to do is check out this room. Those look like scratch marks, by the way. Let's climb in.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh yeah, Milton has been here.
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh!
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
In the closet. This was... What's her... This is Molly's room.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
It was different being inside the room, huh? It's a lot smaller.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Oh, she was into science. Oh, was she mapping the house? Was she mapping the house?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my
Edie.
mom sealed the doors.
Molly Finch. Oh.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
What?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
I'm not playing as Molly, okay. It's really dark.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste? Oh, are you serious? What's it called? Pica?
I ate a lot of things that night.
I think she had pica. And I think that's how she said she knew she'd be gone.
Then I
soon.
heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? Oh, this had to have been a dream.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
This is fun! It's weird, but it's fun. Where do I jump to from here?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Mom and Dad are very low poly. Where do I go from here? I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. Dance, 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 dance.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I
Oh.
promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Okay.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Wow.
Then I
okay.
heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Okay, this is magical.
Rabbits.
Oh, I see it. Got him! Got the bunny bunny.
imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Okay,
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Molly, you've got a creative imagination.
A mama rabbit.
Gotcha! Another rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Are we for real right now? I'm a shark rolling downhill. Oof. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. This is silly. What's going on here?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Whoosh.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Okay. Is it a fish?
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Molly, you're kind of weird and creepy. I lost this damn seal, though. It's breach. Huh? Breach. Oh, I won't let me breach. I lost the seal, though. Will it correct my path eventually? Oh, there we go. Bloody seal. So sorry, honey.
I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I'm a tentacle monster. Midnight clear.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh! Okay. Molly?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I know that feeling. I'm playing as some weird freaky tentacle monster. Do with a drunken sailor, what will we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? It's the year of the sea shanties, everybody. Belly with a rusty razor, belly with a rusty razor, shaves belly with a rusty razor, lying. I don't want to eat the sea shanty guy. But I'm going to.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
What's going on here?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
I'm still playing as a monster. Molly died young. Out of the toilet.
I got closer and closer.
Her own room. This is her own room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay, Molly. Alright, Molly, when did you supposedly go missing?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
1937 to 1947. She died at 10 years of age. She believed that she died due to a sea monster that she envisioned. And there's now a cat. I can't go into that room.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That is pretty awesome, I gotta say.
I
Well,
can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
probably her journal. It's really about me documenting. Oh, maybe it was the cat. Oh, hello.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Great-Grandma Edie.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Oh.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Louis was an older brother, I suppose.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
You know what? That's built 1937, Sven Finch. Edie won't go.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
70-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith Jr., huh? Mole man beneath the Finch
Edie
house.
gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Her room was like a museum.
Oh, hers is a slideshow.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife, Ingeborg, and their newborn son, Johan.
A family curse. That'd be interesting because, in case you hadn't noticed, a lot of these people died very young. And they get memorialized in the house. Which is probably, and Milton died young. Louis was only in his 20s when he died.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And that's what I mean by the first house sinking. The first house was a houseboat.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay. Oh, I have to hold back. Okay, there we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So I'm slowly learning more about each member of the family. That's pretty cool. Sven and Edie. And there's another room over here.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Did she always have a cast on her hand? That's her there. So she has a cast on her left hand here, whereas it's on her right hand here, I believe. Oh.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Oh.
It was a pretty big trace.
It was a pretty big trace. Oh, so she was only here for a year. Can I exit? No? Oh. There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. This key, there's a lot to do with books here.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh! Neat! This is actually a pretty
Sven
fun
gave
little
Sam an old camera he'd
exploratory,
refurbished. He never put it down.
This is a fun little exploratory game. This is going to have to be it for now, though. We're definitely going to be playing through more of this. This is really fun. This is enjoyable. I'm liking this. This is it now, though, for the first episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. Stay tuned as we continue to explore this old house in the next one. So until then, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pogiforce, and you all take care. I'll catch you later.